Good evening, Demetrios. Great to see you. I hope we're connected now. I think we probably are. So it's good to see you here. I love the way you're really punctual as well. That's a very British habit. Okay, so let's see. The first thing we're going to do is a couple of these sentence transformations. And you can probably see the question here. This question is much harder than the last one. Yeah, yes, this is all okay. Yeah, that one will do. So this question is much harder than the last one, and you need to include in it the word nearly, and you need to fit it into this gap here that I've got. I'm worried about my connection as well this evening, so don't worry too much about it. As long as you can hear me, that's the important thing. Yeah. I hope it hasn't bounced you. I get the feeling it's disconnected you, but I'm not sure. We will see. Okay, so this question is much harder than the last one. This one, okay, you're back again, definitely. This one is not question as the last one. So you need to try and fit in nearly in this. I quite like this construction. I think it's quite a good one. Okay, so that would be one solution. Yeah, this question is not nearly as hard as the okay. So yes, the last one. Yes, definitely hard A. So this one is not nearly as hard a question as the last one, and that's the idea. It's not nearly as hard a question. Okay, I got these in the wrong order, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, so the next one looks like this, and I'm going to paste it here. Yes, actually it would be better if I do it like this. Okay, so John plays football much better than I do. I am not footballer as John is. So notice as well we're changing the comparative to the simple one. Yeah, it looks like you're having connection problems as well. I'm glad it's not only me for once. Okay, so what we're looking at, okay, yes, exactly. John is not nearly as good a footballer as I am. That's perfect. He's not nearly as good a footballer as John is. That's brilliant. And let's try one more of these. I think you've got this. In this case, I'm going, whoops. In this case, we need to use nowhere near. Okay, so let me paste this. It doesn't let me space them. So this picture is much more artistic than the previous one. Okay, nowhere near. Yeah, the previous picture, no, we need nowhere near a picture as the previous one. Okay, and you seem to be pretty good with these as well. your structure, you certainly seem to understand this structure well. Yeah, this picture is much more artistic than the previous one. So in this case, nowhere near. It's the same idea though, it's the same structure. Let's see if you can do this one as well, I'm sure. And then we'll go on to do some vocabulary. Yeah, I've got a set of words about flattering people or saying nice things about people, often in order to get them to do things. It's about persuading people to do things, and that's the idea. Okay, I think maybe it's yes. Is nowhere near as artistic a picture as. Yes, yes, very definitely. So the previous picture is nowhere near as artistic a picture as the previous one. Yeah, so not near, nowhere, not nearly, nowhere near, and that's really the structure we're doing. So A is not nearly as adjective a noun as the previous one. Okay, and that's the idea of this structure. Okay, so you dealt with that very, very easily. You're clearly a C2. So let's start with this word to flatter. Do you know what to flatter means? Yeah, to flatter somebody. Yeah, he's always flattering me. Probably because he wants something. Yeah, maybe he's flattering me because he wants me to let him use my car, or he's flattering me because maybe he wants to borrow some money. Yeah, do you know this verb to flatter? It's a regular verb. Yeah, to flatter is quite a good one. Oh, I need to put it here in this, in the space. So let me put flatter, F-L-A-T-T-E-R, flatter, to flatter. I'm going to give you a little bit more because clearly you're having difficulty with your connection tonight, and probably mine will start playing up any moment soon. Notice that phrase, to play up, to give difficulty, not to work properly. Yeah, so something's playing up. So to flatter, do you know the meaning of this word to flatter? Okay, so to flatter, I think this is quite a good word. Yeah, whoops, I've got other things below this. So let's try it. Yes. Okay, so to flatter. I hope you're still connected. Okay, I'm going to go ahead with my definitions of this verb to flatter. To flatter is to as the. Probably be more in a second. So to flatter, to compliment someone, often insincerely, and sometimes to win favour. So to flatter is saying nice things about somebody because you want to get into their good books. Yeah? Or here, to enhance, to make stronger somebody's vanity by praising them. Yeah? Or to portray someone to advantage. Her portrait flatters her. Okay, so yeah, very often people use flattery to see if they can make people like them. Probably a bit sad, but it's the way it goes. I know in the olden days, when you painted a portrait of somebody, who generally was rich, then you needed to flatter them, to portray them to an advantage. Yeah, and then we have the noun as well, flattery. Yeah, so let me write that here as well. Flattery is the noun. Yeah, so flatter and flattery is a good word. When you're ready, could you write me a sentence with to flatter? It's very rare to hear the press trying to flatter the Prime Minister. Yeah, this is the opposite of criticise as hard as you can, to say nice things about me. If I flatter my boss enough, maybe he'll let me have Friday off because I need it, because I've got various things to do. Yeah, so to flatter. I get the feeling you're with connection difficulties again. Okay, so let me try some sentences. He is always trying to flatter the girls. Yeah, that like that. Maybe he'll get them to go out with them. Flattery is often the route to somebody's heart. Yeah, because people tend to believe flattery as well. Yeah, because as it says in this second definition, to enhance their vanity by praising them. Yeah, so to flatter, to enhance somebody's vanity. Yeah, I get the feeling that you're definitely having connection problems. So yeah, to flatter, to be nice, to say nice things about. Okay, I'm going to go on to the next word as well, because I think it might be some time if you till you come back. So the next one is to blandish. Yeah, to blandish. I'm going to put that there, and then I'm going to copy it here. Okay, so to blandish is to persuade someone by using flattery. To praise someone dishonestly. Here. Okay, yes, that's a really good one. The actual saying is, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. Yep. Yes, because if you imitate somebody, you are saying that you want to be like them, you want to look like them. Yeah, you want to seem like them. So imitation is a very a sincere way of saying, I think you're brilliant, I think you're great. Okay, so to blandish somebody. Yeah, notice, to blandish somebody. The sincerest form, yeah. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. That's the phrase. Although imitation is the best flattery, the English is fine, but the imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. Flattery won't get you far. That works very well. I've actually heard the opposite of that. Whoops. Let me write it here. That flattery will get you everywhere. Flattery will get you everywhere. Because the problem is people tend to believe flattery, although I don't think it's a very nice thing to do. Okay, so to blandish somebody, to persuade somebody by using flattery, to cajole, to praise someone dishonestly, to flatter, or to butter up. Okay, so Yeah, when my kids were young, they would try to blandish me by saying all sorts of nice things so that I would let them go out, or I'd give them some money to go out with, or something like that. Yeah, so he's been blandishing the boss several months because he wants to get a promotion. Notice as well we have the noun blandishments. This is quite an unusual word. It's a fairly formal word as well. So I wouldn't use flattery itself is just a neutral formality. Yeah, but blandish is a bit more formal. He's always the court are always blandishing the queen about how wonderful she is. Yeah, because they want her to give them a more important position. So if you can, Demetrios, would you give me a sentence using to blandish, and then maybe we'll look at to cajole or to butter up. Okay, so his blandishments seem to work wonders, and people did everything he asked them to do. Yeah, so go on, Dad, you're such a nice dad, you're such a generous dad, give me a fiver. Yeah, but well, the blandishments probably aren't necessary. Yeah, you're always so generous with everybody. You're always lending people things. So as you're such a generous person, I'm sure you'd be happy to lend me your car. Yeah, and these are blandishments. Yeah, talking about his generosity. So I think blandish and flatter are similar, but blandish is probably more formal. Yeah, so I personally don't like it when people are trying to blandish me. Yeah, they're blandishing me with blandishments, because I would much rather a sincere, clear phrase, but things don't always work like that, unfortunately. Yeah. At the premiere of the film, all the fans were blandishing the film producer. Yeah, they were covering him in blandishments. Okay, I'm going to move on to the next one, or the next two, which are going to be to cajole and to butter up, because both of these appear. So after she realized she had insulted me, she turned to blandishing me. Yes, okay, that's very good. So you don't really know where you are. That's a great sentence, to blandish somebody. Okay, the next one we're going to see is to cajole. So to persuade somebody to do something that they're reluctant to do. Okay, this word to cajole, this has more persuasion, especially by flattery or promises. So let's see. If you lend me your car, I'll invite you to my party next week. Okay, that would be to cajole as well. You could cajole someone with flattery, but we've seen the flattery side. So this is like to persuade, to try and push somebody. Yeah, but quite gently, to push them into doing something. So yeah. So it's to cajole somebody into doing something. Yeah, so he cajoled me into giving him a tenner. Yeah, oh, go on, you're such a great bloke. Yeah, and I promise I'll pay you the tenner back very soon. Yeah, but notice with cajole as well, the important thing is the person is reluctant to do it. They're not very keen about it. Yeah. So you are cajoling them. You're using all the wiles that you have. Notice that word, wiles. Yeah, your skills, your arts. Yeah. I had to cajole the kids into being quiet by giving them some sweets. Yeah. The cat wouldn't get into the basket, so I had to cajole the cat into getting into the basket by offering it special cat treats or something like that. Yeah, so I was trying to cajole the cat. This has got the idea of persuade somebody against to do something which they're not very keen on doing. I think to cajole, this is probably a neutral phrase, neutral verb. It's a regular verb, and you could use it just about anywhere. Yeah. They cajoled me into helping cook at the party on Sunday. Yeah. Okay, she cajoled him by putting her wiles to good use. Yes, you put that to very good use as well. Yeah, I love the sentence. And then let's look at the next one, which is to butter up. Let's see, to butter up is more informal. Let me place it here. Okay, to butter up, to flatter, especially with the intent of personal gain. He takes every opportunity to butter up the boss. Yeah, this is an informal phrasal verb, to butter somebody up. So, yeah, this is very typical, people trying to butter up the boss because they want something from him. Yeah, if you butter him up, he'll probably let you use his car. Yeah, I hate it when people butter me up because it's very obvious what they're doing. Yeah. There are lots of ways to butter people up, but it doesn't just have to be flattery. Yeah, you could give them things, you pay them special attention. Yeah, there are lots and lots of ways of buttering people up. Yeah, let's see, if you butter up the trainer, maybe he'll choose you for the team. Yeah, or maybe he doesn't like it when people butter him up. So notice, to butter him up. This is a separable phrasal verb. Yeah, okay, so to butter someone up. Yeah, there was a door-to-door salesman who was trying to get me to buy his product. So he was buttering me up. He was saying nice things about what a beautiful house I lived in and how intelligent I was. I can tell she wants to butter me up because she starts suddenly singing my praises. I love that phrase, to sing someone's praises. That's definitely a good one. Okay, the next one is to sweet talk. So to sweet talk somebody, let me paste it here. This one's quite easy as well. So to sweet talk somebody, yeah, to flatter, to persuade using flattery. Yeah, so you can get him to do almost anything if you sweet talk him. Yeah, or to sweet talk somebody into doing something. Yeah, he's always trying to sweet talk me. The boss was sweet talking me into working more hours. Yeah, even though I was absolutely exhausted. Yeah, but well, to sweet talk, to talk sweetly, is the idea of this one. Yeah, so he buttered me up with sweet talk. Yeah, he buttered me up with sweet talk. Yeah, okay, he's always using sweet talk to get his own way. That's a good phrase. He is always using sweet talk to get his way. So notice here I've actually used it as a noun as well. So it's both a verb and a noun. Yeah. You can sweet talk him into doing anything you ask. Yeah, he's a really nice guy. So formality, to sweet talk somebody. I would say this is ever so slightly informal. I think I'd probably give it something like a 4.5 informality. Yeah, notice as well the hyphen in the middle, but it's a regular verb. He sweet talked me into doing this. Yeah, they tried to, the door-to-door salesman tried to sweet talk me into buying his product. Yeah, but it's not always the easiest thing. Yeah, he's always trying to sweet talk people into doing what he asks them to do. Yeah, so using flattery, saying nice things again. Yeah, so sweet talk. Yeah, sweet talk very often will get you anywhere. Or maybe if somebody's angry with you, you try to sweet talk them into calming down. Yeah, sweet talk them into calming down is quite a good one as well. Yeah, so we all know how to sweet talk people if we really want something. Okay, I'm going to put the next one here while we're waiting for your example, which I'm sure will come in the very soon. Yeah, the next one's going to be to coax. Yeah, so yes, to sweet talk. Yeah, he's always sweet talking people into doing what he wants them to do. Yeah, my wife's very good at sweet talking me into, I don't know, doing the washing up, for example, when it's not my turn, or something like that. Yeah, I sweet talked him into cooking me a wonderful meal. Okay. But notice with the administration, it's very often difficult to sweet talk the administration into changing. Sweet talk only normally works on people, yeah, as opposed to organizations. Okay, I'm going to start with this next one, to coax. Okay, so to coax is to persuade. Yeah, to persuade gradually. So to wheedle, that's a new verb, or persuade a person, an organization, an animal, yeah, gradually, or by using flattery. Notice to coax, you do it very, very gradually, very slowly, yeah, probably sweet talking the whole time. Yeah, so you coax somebody to do something. I think I would probably coax somebody to do something. So I think I'm going to write that there. To coax somebody to do something. I think you could probably use into as well. So he coaxed the horse gently into the trailer. Okay. She sweet talked me with her guiles into accepting the offer of her company. I would probably use there, say, her company's offer. Yeah, so she whoops, and I've messed that up completely. Yes, so let me try that. No, her company's offer. yes, and that, and yeah, so she sweet talked me into it, to accepting her company's offer, yeah, as opposed to the offer of her company, because we can use apostrophe s's, these possessives, with companies as well. It's supposed to be with animate things, companies, or time. Okay, so we're now with this word to coax, yeah, is to persuade somebody gently or gradually to do something. I think maybe I had a connection problem there, but I think I'm back. Okay, so to coax somebody to do something. Yeah, her company's offer. Absolutely. It's just slightly more natural than the offer of her company. Yeah, her company's offer. Okay, so he coaxed the horse gently into the trailer. When you coax, you're being very quiet and very gentle. Yeah, normally you try to coax somebody who's frightened, who's nervous, something like that, or an animal when it's nervous and worried, we would coax it as well. Yeah, so I think to coax is probably a neutral formality word. Yeah, and it's a regular verb. So when somebody's nervous or worried about doing something, you talk very gently to them, yeah, and very gradually. Come on, you can do it. And maybe you use flattery as well, yeah. You could coax a child into into doing something. So coax somebody to do something, and I'm going to put into doing so. Yeah, okay, to do something. No, let me change that. Or into doing something. STH. Okay, so when student people are very shy, you need to coax them. Yeah, normally if you have a large class of students, some of them are very extroverted, but some of them are rather shy as well. And you have to coax them to talk, or to coax them into talking. Yeah, because they're shy, they're frightened of talking. It's not it's not what they really want to do. Yeah, so yeah, you can coax them using a bit of flattery as well, using a soft voice, sweet talking them. Yeah, I think to cajole is normally stronger than to coax. The nuance with to coax is to be very gentle about it. Yeah, not to be aggressive, and to do it slowly and gradually. Yeah, you have to coax somebody into doing something. In this case, it's maybe they don't want to do it, or maybe it's just they're shy or frightened about doing it. Yeah, so you're wheedling them as well. To wheedle, it has this as a similar idea. Yeah, but I think maybe when we're coaxing, we're doing it gradually, we're doing it with a soft voice, we're using flattery as well. Yeah, because we don't want to frighten them off. If you make a lot of noise, then that's not coaxing somebody. Yeah, whereas to cajole is much stronger. Yeah, I think to cajole is louder and more aggressive coaxing. Yeah, I think cajole has more the use of flattery, or also the use of threats, or also the use of carrot and the stick. Whereas coax, there's no stick, it's just the carrot. Yeah, and you're just trying to persuade them to do something. And notice as well, to coax is a regular verb. He coaxed the horse, as the example says here, gently into the trailer. He has coaxed all of the other horses to do the same thing. Yeah, so to coax somebody, maybe you've got somebody who doesn't want to have a test, and you have to coax them into taking their test. Yeah. Okay, so we've had various different words, and I'm just going to go through them again from the beginning. So to flatter, yeah, to compliment somebody insincerely, and very often to try and win favour, yeah, to enhance their vanity. Okay, and that was neutral formality. Then to blandish, this is a much more formal word. He was blandishing the VIP. Okay, and then blandishments. To cajole, to persuade someone to do something which they're reluctant to do, especially by flattery or promises. I think to cajole is carrot and stick, whereas coax is much more gentle. Yeah. So you're cajoling someone, you're pushing somebody into doing it, maybe a bit more aggressive than coax. Then we have this phrase to butter somebody up. Yeah, to flatter somebody with the intent of personal gain. So yeah, he takes every opportunity to butter up the boss, to butter him up. Yeah, I bought him a box of chocolates to butter him up. I bought her some roses to butter her up. And then I think when you're buttering someone up, you're using sweet talk. Yeah, so you're sweet talking somebody into doing something. You're sweet talking somebody because you want something. Yeah, maybe you want them to calm down, maybe that you want them to give you something that's an advantage to you, or something like that. And then finally we've got this verb to coax somebody into doing something. This is to be very gentle. Yeah, remember the cajole was much more aggressive. Yeah, maybe a 16-year-old you have to cajole, but a 5-year-old you need to coax. Yeah, I think coax is much more promising good things to them, or saying nice things about them, but with a nice, gentle, sweet voice. Okay, unfortunately I need to stop there, Demetrios. Thank you for coming. It seems you've been having all sorts of problems with your connection today, but mine was good, so that's lucky for me. Thank you for coming. You've been great as always. Clearly your English is very good, and I'm not flattering you because it's clearly very good. You got this structure that we used at the beginning as well, which came out very nicely. So unfortunately, my friend, I'm going to have to go. So take care, and I will see you again next week.